Hello, everyone. We are live again for the Lead Gen month, and we are discussing LinkedIn outreach today. In the last session, we did Facebook outreach. LinkedIn outreach and Facebook outreach are not very different from each other. They're very similar on how you approach it, but there is a very significant difference that I will be sharing today. Let me give you a brief overview if you're watching this for the first time. This is Lead Gen with Zenler. I come live thrice a week, Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday, 4 p.m. UK time. We share bite-sized lessons with you, which are independent in nature. You can pick up any session, learn from it, and start implementing. Why have we kept it super small and bite-sized? Because of the implementation. Taking action is very important because learning is something that we do in and out, right? But implementation is very important. Let me take a quick look on who's joining in today and who wants to learn LinkedIn outreach. If you're logging in and if you have a question about LinkedIn outreach and how you should you should use LinkedIn, just leave a question in the comments. And once I have explained the concept, I will come back, I'll take a look at the questions and help you out. Let's first understand the nature of the platform. Facebook is more for people either of very young age, and slightly Instagram has also taken that audience, or people who are middle age. That's what Facebook is working for. LinkedIn is more for professionals, completely people who are into entrepreneurship, business, or career or jobs. LinkedIn is more of a B2B platform. People know that you're coming there to communicate with them to do business. Whereas Facebook is a B2C platform. It is a business to customer platform, and people like to have interactions, like to have a little bit of fun. Whereas LinkedIn is more professional. The communications are more related to business, correct? So, as a coach, you have to find out, or as a creator, you have to find out where does your audience sit. For example, in the last Facebook outreach session, we were talking about a dog consultant who is looking for pet parents. Facebook is an ideal place to look for pet parents. Now, you might find pet parents on LinkedIn as well, but the chances could be rare and it would take more of your time to do that outreach. But let's say you are a career coach, or you are someone who's into communication, confidence building, camera shyness. If you're dealing with such kind of subjects, maybe LinkedIn is your go-to place because that is where people come for upscaling them professionally and make connections. So what we'll do is I'll share my screen and I'll take you through the platform to show you that how do we outreach on LinkedIn. All right. So I'll quickly share my screen here. Again, just like we did on Facebook, we'll have to test our keywords of what is working for us and what is not working for us. Let's assume that I am a career coach and I'm looking for students to be able to get them better jobs and help them with resumes. So the first keyword that I can type in here is resume. And I'll just hit type, nothing else. Remember, I'm looking for students. I'm not looking for fellow career coaches. I'm looking for students to be able to make them my customers or get them into my email list. That's my goal. When you search for a keyword, you see multiple options in the top. You see posts, you see people, group, courses, products, companies, services, and so many more. The ones that you should be going for most of the time is posts and groups and people. So the first three are your top three that you should be going for. In this particular example that we have taken and the keyword that I'm searching for, chances are that when you go to post, you will only find your competitors and you will find people who are budding or bidding for the same kind of audience. Let me click on posts. And you'll see how to email a resume. This is clearly a competition. Walk-in internship, Again, competition. These are not people who would want to buy from you or would get into your email list. These are people who are also looking for a similar audience that you're looking on LinkedIn. The impact of a poorly written resume on your job prospects. Now, this is a silver lining here because these are people who could help you find your audience. Now, here he has made a post about poorly written resume on your job prospects, right? You could always see how many people have liked it. Here it is only one. That means maybe the content piece was not very well perceived. Let's look at this. This is again no engagement here. Let's come here. This says I am hiring. Okay, this is not relevant for us. These are all hiring posts. Okay, evaluate your brand with personal comprehensive services. Okay, this is again off topic. This looks interesting to me. A resume is a formal document, and she's explained what a resume is. And then resume acts as a face to the interviewer. She's given example. Now, what we can do here is we can look at the 15 people who have liked it. And we can do a similar thing that we did on Facebook. We can click on the profile. For example, here I can see clearly if you're able to find out, since I do this day in and day out, my eyes catch it very, very quickly. But if you see it with a little bit of attention, it is right here. It says student. This says student. Then this says fresh graduate. All of these people could be your audience as well because they might be looking to increase their reach. Now, what you could do here is, okay, 1 second, let me close the annotation. What you could do here is you could go to this profile. You could take a quick look on what she has been doing. She has about 700 followers. She's a student at the institute. She's creating fairly good content. And let's look at her education. She's been into 2021 to 2025. That means she's into her last year of the education, which means this could become your prospect for your career coaching. Just click on more, click on connect, add a note. Always add a note because they should know that you've spent time in reaching out to them. If you just send a connection request here, it doesn't make sense because people reach out to each other day in and day out. You should be able to make a difference here. So just add a note and you can say, hey, Madhurika, I just saw your profile. Congratulations in being last year of your college. It must be, you must be looking forward to life. I would love to connect with you. Something of that sort where she feels that you've looked at her profile and you've spent the time. You can also go ahead and mention Vellore because she's in Vellore Institute. You can say, congratulations on almost completing the Vellore Institute next year. Wish you all the best. Something of that sort. And when you send her a connection request, she'll accept it and she's in your network now. Then you reach out to her and say that, I just wanted to quickly get in touch and understand how are you preparing for interviews? So there will be a reply that, yes, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking at jobs. And then you say, if you don't mind, I have created a list of 50 questions that would help you tackle your interview. Would you like to have access to that? Everybody would want to say a yes. Yes, I want access to that. Here's my lead magnet. And you share the lead magnet with them. That's the first way of tapping into your competitor's market and finding out your prospect audience and sending them a lead magnet request, which is when you choose people, when you choose posts. The other could be you directly choose people. When I click on people here, we can see who are the people who have written resume. For example, executive resume writer. This might not be your audience. This can be a competitor. Freelance resume writer, then professional resume writer. So this keyword doesn't get us our audience, rather gets the people who are providing this service. So we might have to test a few keywords. What we can do is, for example, we can type career. I am considering when I type career, I will also get people who are career coaches or HR managers. Like I've got a HR manager here. But the good thing is, if I go into a HR manager's profile, she will have a lot of connections here. Now I can see her connections once I become her connection. So I click on more, I click on connect, I add a message, send it to her, and become a part of her connections. Then I click on connections and then I see her list, who all are connected with her, because that will help you tap into your audience, because people who are following in HR most likely are looking to get a job, right? You could also search for a term called job, so that people who are looking for a job, you can train them on how to get a job. Now, here, because I have limited knowledge of career coaching, I might not be testing the right keywords. Make sure you test the right keywords to be able to get to your audience. The last one is groups. Similarly, you get into groups. For example, this one, finding your next job. This has about 53,000 people. Now, you have to make sure that these people are good enough, quality enough for you to tap into. For example, she's a group product manager at LinkedIn. People who are following her and connected with her could be your ideal audience. One of the filters that you could also use on LinkedIn is the location, because when you're trying to go too broad, it becomes difficult for LinkedIn to show you good results. You can always go and filter on the basis of the location as well, whether, like I'm in India, I can put India as a location. If you're in the UK or US, you can put that. The idea is to find out profiles of people on LinkedIn. And once you do that, tap into their profiles, find out with a quick checklist whether they are your ideal fit or not, whether they fit your problem that you're trying to solve. If they do, send them a connection with a note. Do not send it without a note. The chances of acceptance will go very low. Once accepted, get into their DM, leave a happy message and say that I have so and so lead magnet that could help you this way. Would you be open? When you say, would you be open? Nobody likes to say no to that question. Would you be open to get this resource for free? So when you say, would you be open and free in one sentence, nobody would say no to you, right? This way, you can get more and more people opting into your lead magnet through the LinkedIn outreach system. But remember, choose your platform carefully. Choose whether your audience is on Facebook or your audience is hanging out on LinkedIn. Understand what kind of a coach are you, what kind of a creator are you, where would your audience spend most of your time, and then choose. If you want to do Facebook outreach, you go and watch the session that we did on Sunday. If you think that your audience could be hanging out on LinkedIn, you watch the session today. But pick your audience and use that strategy that works the best for you. I hope today's bite-sized lesson helped you. If you have a question about LinkedIn outreach, put it on the comments. I'd love to answer it for you. Something specific related to your program or your coaching business. Remember, we have this lead gen lives thrice a week, Tuesday, Fridays, and Sundays. Having said that, we have a bonus session coming up with Kevin on the 18th of September, where he will be diving in deep with you with SEO for you to learn how to take leverage of organic SEO to bring in more leads. Remember, these sessions are bite-sized. It's almost 15 to 16 minutes, and we are almost close to complete our session. These are bite-sized lessons so that you can consume one strategy at a time and then implement it immediately. Implementation is the most important. Whoever's watching, a big hi. I hope this session helps you. If you have any question, let me know. I'm here for a while. I'd love to answer your question. Or if not, leave your question after the session is over. Hashtag replay and put your question, and I'll answer all the questions once I get to the replay. Thank you everyone for today. I'll see you next time with a new strategy on Friday. We will be learning how to optimize your Instagram, which is another platform if you'd like to leverage your reach. I'll see you next time.